how to best utilize that to benefit yourself. So yeah, still a lot to learn on that side of things, but overall I was happy with the balance yesterday.
Last year, we talked about when you were first here in 2013, seeing everybody go into one, and you were kind of blown away. That feeling, that sensation, now that you learned. Last year, is it kind of like, oh man, I can do this now?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like at this point last year I could do it too, but yeah, I mean, I think always the first time you come to a historical facility, you're going to remember what it was like, seeing cars rip it in turn one. So yeah, I mean, it's cool being one of those guys now. I guess I get to make laps here in an IndyCar, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's at this point, I've gotten to race a lot of different things, so I feel like you're capable of competing in it, and we were able to do it last year. So yeah, I look forward to getting more laps and getting comfortable for the race.
Might be looking at the spotters guy, but what's something that you want to make sure you do this year that you learned that maybe you didn't do last year, or you want to do better this year?
I don't know. I mean, hopefully, we'll continue to get comfortable in the car, and then I think in practice we can just work on the handling a little bit more than I did last year. Last year I had a bit of understeer in traffic, and I think that's something you're always going to have here. But I wish I could go back and try to get our car turning a little bit better to build some runs a little bit easier. So if we get to a point where I feel really comfortable, then hopefully we can get to work on that.
The crash in April, did you ever figure out exactly what happened in that? Why the car pushed in turn one?
Yeah, so I screwed up the weight jack or the DRS thing, so I hit the button and then forgot to hit it in the one. So yeah, that wasn't good.
Well, how difficult is it to is that the most difficult transition point going from a stock car to an Indy car? It's just remembering I have to push this button midway down the straight, otherwise I'm not going to be able to turn it.
Yeah, I think just, everything that I race besides IndyCar is so simple, right? Like, stock cars, you don't have to worry about anything other than smashing the gas pedal and shifting some gears and all that. And then sprint cars, you have a wing valve and that's it. And that's really, you don't even go to that very often. So, yeah, getting in an IndyCar, there's a lot more tools in place to utilize, and it's just not something I'm familiar with. So, yeah, it was a bit chaotic that first run, and yeah, I just forgot.
You mentioned that Charlotte is the priority. Could you kind of explain the thought process and why that decision was made?
Yeah, I think last year we made Indy the priority, and I'm glad we did because we got to compete in an awesome event and all that. But at the same point, it kind of hindered our season a little bit over there. I just missed out on the regular season championship and just all the drama that went along, with the waivers and all that crap. So yeah, so it's a priority this year, which I'm fully on board with. So yeah, it doesn't matter. If the weather's good, we don't have to worry about picking one.
You know how to make a pass for the win here. You proved that in August at the Brickyard 400. The pass for the wins happened the last 2 years and going into turn number 3. Where do you think it's going to happen this year?
I don't know. It's hard to predict the race, but I would say the way that the aerodynamics are and the drag and the hybrid and all that, it will definitely happen probably on the last lap at some point. So hopefully we're a part of that group that's battling for the win. But yeah, it's always an exciting finish here.
What do you still need to work on? Where do you think is a deficiency that you can improve on during this week and going into the race?
Yeah, I think, like I said, just continuing to get your balance better, but also like the drag and downforce at a efficient level to where you can still have good handling, but you can also build big runs and stuff to pass people. Yesterday I felt like my balance was in a good spot, but I almost felt a little draggy in traffic, so which I'm okay with on day one. So we'll probably get to work on all that.
And how cool would it be to win the Indy 500 after winning the Brickyard 400? No one's done it. No one's even attempted what you're doing. I mean, I think that's kind of the other double that you're attempting that not a lot of people are talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not really anything I think about, I guess, but obviously it'd be amazing to win this race. It's the greatest race in the world. So to add your name to the list of guys that won it, put your face on the trophy, all the extra stuff that goes along with winning this race, plus having won the Brickyard 400, I think that makes it really cool. So yeah, and then if you win, I still have a chance to go to the Coke 600, and you have a great shot to win there too. So just a lot goes into it. I think there's still a lot of track time left to be had to get your car better. hopefully we can continue to get better and give ourselves a good opportunity.
Is there any way you could be convinced to come back next year?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think there's always. I always love the race, and I love being here for these couple weeks. So, you know, I'm not closing the door on anything ever, but I haven't thought about it either yet. Much of the pre-race stuff or anything, you know. So, yeah. Hopefully this year goes a bit better with the weather, and I can just really enjoy the whole experience.
A guy who believes in momentum. So the win in Kansas last weekend, or just the successes in the Cup car, does those carry over week to week as you get ready to do this?
I definitely don't think it hurts, but I don't really think it helps much either. So, especially when you come here, you know, to a place or a series that I'm not familiar with, a team that I'm not familiar with, and all that. So, I don't really think it makes a difference, but it definitely doesn't hurt. I mean, it would be better to win than to crash, you know, before I come here. But yeah, I don't think it does a ton.
Being in the race car that much, whether it's a stock car or an Indy car, like all the laps you're gonna have to turn over the next couple of weeks, does that take a toll on you physically or mentally at all?
No, 'cause I'm literally in a car like every day already, so it doesn't seem any different to me. And, it's so slow paced here during the practice stuff. It's you're not in the car for 6 hours a day, so it's really not easy. I don't know. I mean, I think it's honestly it's the easier week for me than normal. You know, because typically I'm probably, you know, traveling more often than I am, you know, over these next couple weeks just with racing. So I get a lot of sleep here during the week. The kids stay with my in-laws. So yeah, it's actually quite easier of a logistical week than you think.
Is there any emergency plan or backup plan in case the weather will play crazy here? You have to do it in Charlotte. What's priority? This race here or Charlotte?
Charlotte will be the priority this year. So TK, if the weather ever clears up, he's supposed to do his refresher, and that way he's, you know, ready to go for the race next Sunday if it, you know, unfortunately has a delay. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't come to that, but yeah, we have plans in place.
Kyle, you had some running in yesterday. The hybrid, there's a lot to kind of work on. What's the expectation?
Jared Haas with FrenchStretch.com. Come back soon for more great racing videos.